Hello guys, and welcome to this week's Haunted Gaming. Today I have something Skyrim related. It actually just caught my eye while I was looking through all these things. So, it starts off with the person who submitted the story browsing the Skyrim Nexus for mods, browsing the recently submitted mods, which mostly looked like crap, when he came across one entitled "For the Experienced Only." This looked interesting. He clicked it, and the preview of the picture was nothing more than black color. Although the picture was too dark and low quality to see anything, there was no downloaders and no endorsements. Strange, he thought. Usually recently submitted mods get a few hundred downloads. He was about to click the back button, but something caught his eye. The description, which simply read, "Getting rid of this. Taking it somewhere else will get me." English must have been this guy's second language. Curiosity got the best of him, and he downloaded it with the Nexus Mod Manager. The file was only a byte large. He'd never seen such a small file. Blank text files are bigger than this. The file it downloaded was a text file. It was entitled "Help." He opened it. It was a sentence long. "Help. Find her. Dangerous. Kill you if no find." He once again could not understand this. He thought it may have been some kind of mistake, and he downloaded it wrong, and sure enough, it showed up on one of the list of working mods. He started Skyrim, eager to begin. Everything started normally. He clicked continue from last save. The screen froze up a little bit, which was not too much of a surprise, for his computer was about 6 years old, but at last second, he could have sworn he heard a baby crying. It was very faint and stopped as soon as it began. He couldn't make anything of it, so he just thought of it as a sound glitch. His player spawned at the gate of Riften. He was about to walk to the blacksmith to see what he had for sale when he overheard a guard talking to another guard. "Another one found dead in the lake next to the gate. I hope we find this guy soon." That was odd, for I've never heard anything like this in Riften. Walking by another guard, he said, "Be wary of rotten cave, the stinks of death in there." But with that, map updated appeared in the corner, which is what happens when you hear about a dungeon and such. Excited, he bought some arrows from the blacksmith and was about to leave to explore this rotting cave. The blacksmith said, "Whatever you do not go to the rotting cave." That only invoked his interest more. He checked the map. It wasn't too far away from Riften. After a few minutes of walking, he found the cave. At the entrance there were two skulls mounted on stakes, which is the symbol of the necromancer-type dungeon. He entered it, and for some strange reason the only loading tip was "Leave now." He shrugged it off, thinking it was a sick joke by the modder. When the place finally loaded, he was in a very narrow pathway. He heard a crash, and boulders blocked the exit behind him. "Well, either way, I gotta find my way out. No going back now," he thought. He looked in the favorite list for his weapons. There was none. Son of a... I could have sworn I'd brought some weapons with me. Nope, no weapons, no armor, nothing in his inventory. And as he said before, the exit was blocked, no one going back for his supplies. Guess I don't have much of a choice now. He walked for about 5 minutes in a straight line down a narrow path, when suddenly the cave ambience was gone. No sound, nothing. He ignored it, kept walking. Suddenly he came to a wide room. It was too dark to see anything. Luckily there was a torch he could pick up. He lit it, and was not prepared for what he saw before him. Bodies. Dead bodies. Pools of blood and bones littered everywhere. But this wasn't what disturbed me. Him. Damn it. As there was usually bones found in caves, it was the fact that these were bodies of children. He was disgusted and confused, for children weren't programmed to die. In the center of the room was a wooden table. Standing over it was a woman. She looked human. But what she was doing made her anything but human. Tied to the table was a child. "No, no, not perfect," she screamed at the child. Slashed his throat with a dagger. That caught him off guard. She looked up at his character. "Oh, hello, player. I've been expecting you." Did she just break the fourth wall on me? thought. Oh, where are my manners? She continued. I am meek every time these names. Mikiu Iskawababa. Mayu. We'll call him Mayu. Here, let me give you a tour of my cave. This is the room where I make friends. She beckoned to all the corpses. And this, she pointed to herself, is where I keep my friends. She finished. My character walked over to the shelf. I wasn't in control of it anymore. The shelf was full of black soul gems, the kind that keep human souls. I never used them, for even though the NPCs are nothing more but programmed enemies and entities, I still felt bad for trapping their soul and dooming them to the unrest. I felt sick. This lady kept soul gems of dead children. And now you can become my friend. And with that, I was struck down instantly by an unknown spell, but instead of the loading screen showing up, my body just laid there. It stayed like this for about a minute, and suddenly the screen went static for 10 seconds. Then what followed will haunt me for the rest of my life. What he saw on screen were pictures of dead children mutilated on what happened to be the side of the street. What was even more disturbing was that the pictures didn't have crime scene tape or any indication of police work. It looked like the murder was fresh. He threw up on his desk. The pictures faded out and were replaced by a Japanese woman with an evil smile, and the text, "You're next," was on the screen. Suddenly, he grabbed what was next to him, his new butterfly knife, still in mint condition, and jammed it right in his eye. He woke up in the hospital, and the nurse said he was out for 3 days in a stress-induced coma. There was a bandage over his eye, and they told him he needed 20 stitches and probably wouldn't ever see from that eye again. That's okay. It's nice to know you're missing an eye. He left the hospital and came home. He walked into the bedroom, hoping to get some sleep, but when he walked in, he saw bodies, dead bodies everywhere, of children. He reached the phone to call 911, but no phone. He turned to the door. No door. The ending of the story ends like this. On February 13th, 2013, local citizen of the location unidentified heard screaming coming from his neighbor's house. He ran to his house to find the door unlocked. He found the source of the screaming, but was shocked at what he saw. He found the man who played Skyrim, huddled in the corner, muttering like a madman, saying, "Get those bodies away from me! Get them away!" But there was nothing. The man also had several cuts and gashes on his arms, apparently self-inflicted. Written on the wall was, "I'm sorry," over and over and over again. The neighbor called 911 and the police came and took him away. He most likely was taken to a local asylum. Later into the investigation, the police found the man's computer running with Skyrim. Officers contemplate whether this was the reason for the man's strange behavior. Well, that's about it for today. Tune in every week for more haunted gaming. I'll tell you, my eye is literally twitching from that butterfly part still. Just the thought of getting a butterfly knife in your eye hurts to think about. Remember to like to show some love and comment on what I should do next. Subscribe for more.